So apparently the Nintendo Direct is actually happening this week, and we haven't got any announcement either Monday or Tuesday, so odds are the announcement probably will be tomorrow morning for a Nintendo Direct on Thursday, which is actually what the rumors were saying, so we might just have to wait just a little bit longer until we get that coveted announcement. But with that said, there's been so many leaks from extremely reliable sources like Pyro on Twitter that has given us a lot of information as to what to actually expect from this upcoming Nintendo Direct. If you guys missed the recent updates, let me recap what we know so far from Pyro's leaks. We know that there's going to be a DS and a Wii game remake that apparently are related in some way, and I think a lot of people narrowed it down to the Code Trace Memory remakes. I don't know anything about Code Trace or Code Memory, Trace Memory, any of those, but yeah, apparently they're old cult classics. I'd never heard of them, but yeah, those are coming to Switch. We also have apparently a new Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, whether you like that or not. Yeah, it kind of sucks for us Donkey Kong fans, but it's something. And then apparently F-Zero something in some capacity, and a lot of people are leaning towards there being a new 99 game. Since Pac-Man is leaving the eShop, they think F-Zero is going to get in 99 game, where it's like a racing battle royale thing that you can play on the eShop. And then we also have the name of the Princess Peach game being Princess Peach Showtime. Now, with all of those things in mind, there doesn't seem to be anything super exciting in the show. Now, like I said before, it does seem like this Nintendo Direct is going to heavily lean on things that we already know with very little new announcements, but I wanted to talk about if there are going to be any big new surprises or something to get excited for next year. But first, I want to thank today's sponsor, Raycon. Raycon has made affordable noise-isolating earbuds, and they are awesome. These earbuds look and sound awesome. They're super tiny and they fit into your ear perfectly. And as someone who works out a lot and needs something just like this came at the perfect time where I'm able to do push-ups, sit-ups, and even run on a treadmill without these things even budging. And the battery life is exceptional. You can get 8 hours of playtime and like 32 hours of battery life, which is insane. I don't have to worry about charging these things every night. I like how universal it is to answer calls, even pause and change songs, even your volume, all thanks to one button on each earbud, which makes it super easy to use. It's also that time of year again where school is back in session for some of you, which means Raycon is having their annual back to school sale. For a limited time only, get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. Just go to the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/NintendoLand. So if you're looking into getting yourself a pair of inexpensive, high-quality earbuds, Raycon is the choice for you. Just click on my link in the description down below. And big thanks to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. So the only thing that we have to go off of here is Pyro stating what will close the Direct. And yeah, this is the last time they tweeted since September 9th, which has been about 3 days now of absolute radio silence and nothing from them. And maybe it's because they're waiting for the announcement of the Direct for tomorrow, and that would make more sense before they give us more information. But yeah, there apparently is something else that they might know that's closing the Direct, and they just aren't telling us yet, which makes me think it might be something very special, which is really cool. Now, based on this tweet alone, it makes it seem like that it has nothing to do with any of the things that they've already talked about, so we can probably rule out them ending the show with Princess Peach or F-Zero or even Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which would just be very sad. But yeah, what are they going to end the show with? Well, I have a couple of thoughts and some things that might make sense. So the first thing I thought of, because Pyro did leak something to do with Donkey Kong, eventually later saying that it was Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but they never outright said that there was no other Donkey Kong game going to be here. So there could still be a big 2D or 3D Donkey Kong game appearing here. Now, some other leakers try to jump on board and act like they knew what they were talking about by saying that there was going to be a new Donkey Kong Country. And Pyro did say, if it doesn't happen, please delete your account, which probably means we're not getting anything Donkey Kong Country related. So I guess if we get anything else Donkey Kong, it may be a 3D adventure Donkey Kong game. It's really hard to say if there's going to be anything else Donkey Kong outside of Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but they could definitely surprise us with a big Donkey Kong game to be one of the last major titles before moving on to the next Nintendo Switch, but it's looking very unlikely right now. The next thing I thought of is maybe the Splatoon DLC. Has Nintendo ever ended a Direct with DLC? I can't really remember. I don't think so, unless it was like Smash Brothers or something along those lines. I think they may have ended one direct with like Pokemon DLC, or I think they at least started the show with some. So there is some potential, especially if this Splatoon side order DLC expansion is something really massive, and then they could do like a little shadow drop at the end, like available now, and then everybody would go crazy because they can go play this thing. So something like that would be really cool for sure. Right now, with such an empty slate for next year, with nothing but Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and also the Princess Peach game being the only things that we know of next year, it seems like Nintendo needs to at least give us some type of heavy hitter before entering the next console era, which is probably going to be the holiday of next year. So I feel like it's got to be a new game. But what in the world is left for Switch? We're not getting another Mario Kart. We're not getting another Smash. You know, we really want Donkey Kong. We've already talked about that. I mean, they have 2 Fire Emblems. We have 2 Xenoblades. What in the world could be left? I don't think it's time for Luigi's Mansion again. It really just seems like the only thing possible right now would be Metroid Prime 4, but is Metroid Prime 4 going to be ready before the next Switch or the next console next year? Well, I think it might finally be time we get the reveal of Metroid Prime 4. It's been over 4 years now, so I think this could actually happen. There's even rumors coming from other leakers stating that this could be the big game next summer. So we could be finally getting Metroid Prime 4 information. Now, if we do see Metroid Prime 4, I don't think it's going to be a big thing. I think it's going to be something relatively small, just kind of maybe showing us a title, showing us Samus, and maybe showing the world around her, and then saying like summer 2024 or something along those lines. That's what I think is going to happen. That way you have Princess Peach and Metroid Prime 4 and some smaller titles probably sprinkled in between those, so that way we can all prepare and get ready for the next console next holiday. I think that would be perfect. They already got Metroid Prime 1 out of the way. Odds are they'll probably announce 2 and 3 here, and this would be a perfect way to segue into Metroid Prime 4 as well. Have 2 and 3 release almost immediately, or maybe towards the end of this year, early next year, and then you can have Metroid Prime 4 during the summer, which actually adds up and makes a lot of sense timeline-wise. But if it's not Donkey Kong, and it's not Splatoon DLC, and it's not Metroid, literally what in the world could it be? I mean, I don't think they would end it with a spin-off like a Mario Sports game or even a Mario Party. It would have to be something worthwhile, something worth getting people hyped for. What is that? And the only other thing that I could possibly think of is if they decide to go crazy and announce the next big 3D Mario game and maybe even announce it alongside the next console. Or maybe they just announce the Mario game and don't say anything about the console. They're just like, holiday 2024, and it looks amazing, it looks insane. You know, they don't announce the console, but they just say, here's the next 3D Mario game, get us excited and stuff. But the problem with that is they have a 2D Mario game coming out right now, literally within a month, which was Mario Wonder, and I think that would kind of hurt it. And I think that would be kind of like cross-promoting. People would be so excited for this 3D Mario game, no one's gonna really start talking about this 2D one. It just wouldn't make sense, so I don't see that happening either. Of course, right now, all we can do is wait and speculate and see what Nintendo is going to do and what this big announcement could actually be, and it shouldn't be too much longer until we get more information on this. But thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think will be the big final announcement of this upcoming Nintendo Direct. And thank you so much for staying all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario and Nintendo in general, and I will see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.